Okay, this is Pride and Joy by Stevie Ray Vaughan. We're going to do it in the key of E. He does it in E flat, so you'd have to tune your guitar down a half step. But I gave you the track in E. I used Transcribe to take it up, so you just keep your guitar in the same tuning. And you start, of course, with your opening riff, which is the E note on 5th fret, 2nd string, plus the open E. Then slide down to 8 and 7, 7 with your first. And then this note, which is on G string, 2nd fret. And then hammer on D string. And then the shuffle. That's A right there. And this next riff, start on 2nd fret on G string, slide to 4th, and then so you go playing your middle finger on the B string, 3rd fret, once again, that riff is. That is your 2nd fret, you're barring all that and then releasing it, so releasing onto an E, and then into the chugs. And then when you come to this part where the A starts in the 12 bar, it's and then starts the shuffle from B, which is 2 and 6 and 4 and 6, and then A, open, 3 and 4, 2 and 4, so, and then E, and then slide to this riff again. Okay, and then comes the 2nd verse, and you start with the up chugs again. But then you go to this right here. So you do a little, what do you call that? It's like a pickup into the A. So instead of going, you go. And then you go to the 3rd fret again. So it's like. So you go. Which of course is the E bar, and then you go back to what's the next part? Then of course you go back to that B shuffle, and then that's the pause. Okay, so we are at the pause now, right after the 2nd verse, and he goes, and there's the pause. So it's like, well, I'm a lady, long and lean, you mess with her, you see, and then, okay, so to do that riff a little slower, and it's pretty complex because you're doing a lot of hitting the low E string, hitting this E as well. So I'm going to have to kind of watch both of my hands on this. So starting the riff of Doom, it's that A shuffle is like, and then E chord, then bend right here on the G string on the 2nd fret. So bend, hit these two. So there's that part. And then you go into, so from G to this B9 shaped chord, which is like this. You got 2nd fret, 1st fret, 2nd fret, 2nd fret on the high E string. And then you do this pull-up riff. It goes, and then right there is where you go into the first guitar solo. So the first, okay, here is the first guitar solo. I can't really stop and break down all the notes because there's so many of them and it would take me forever to do that. So I'm going to play it real slow and just watch where I'm putting my fingers here on these strings. This is starting on the 12th fret with this riff. So it's... And then we go to... Okay, so this is coming out of the solo, and we start with this part, and that's right when he starts singing. Oh, my baby, like the finest wine, stuck with her till the end of time, and then, so right there he's doing muted chugs, kind of like, and then after that, he does, instead of going to that B shuffle, he goes to the B9, and he just goes, and then he goes to this A sus chord, and then he does, so what that is right there, after that A sus, is just G, E, low E. And then back to, so all together that's, then back to the chugs. But then like in the second verse, back to B9, and then he does that A sus, but he does a different twist to it. He goes, so that right there, what he's doing is, First he's doing the B9, and then the A sus, then back to, and then after that he goes into the last guitar solo, which starts out like this. These two notes right here on B and G. And then back to 12 and 13. And then here he does this weird thing where he's actually playing those two notes right there on the 14th fret. He goes, and that's really hard for me to break down, especially here on a video. I'm just going to have to play it slow. He's pulling both notes off and going, and then, and then he goes, and then he ends with, now when he hits that last one, he's got a whammy bar. He's actually using a Strat. I don't have mine with me today. So he goes, and then you hear all this. So he's like hitting the whammy bar and then just slams it again at the end. So I'm going to go through that last solo bit one more time. I'm going to try and do it a little slower. So, you know, after you do. And that's the whole song. Have fun with that.